topic is encouraged to attend meetings.
Can you hear me? Is this on?
Pull it close. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Thank you. All right. First of all, I'm representing my husband because he's hearing impaired, and it's not easy for him to speak in front of people because of his disability. Thank you, Cindy. He would like to know, Madam Chair, why on the governance committee section online there's no minutes and no dates for scheduled meetings, why there's no information online. Is everything discussed there secret, and couldn't generalized minutes be posted in meeting dates?
Certainly, the meeting dates can. I don't know, Ella, how you get that information to post on the website. I'm not sure operationally how exactly that happens. We'll look into that, Cheryl, and if we're deficient, we'll fix it.
Thank you, Cindy.
But as such, that governance committee is a board committee, so it really is not open, is it?
Many of the topics that are discussed in the governance committee meeting are confidential in nature, and so the charter reserves the right to hold the meetings as closed sessions. That's true.
Thank you. And also, I was just wondering, did I miss the posting of the presentation, of the marketing presentation that Ms. Nally gave? Was that information? You all had a handout, and I didn't see that online. I may have just missed it.
The presentation was videoed. It was an October presentation, so it was, but I don't know that the document itself has been made generally available.
So which document are you referring to? The marketing plan?
I'm referring to the handout.
That marketing plan was attached to October 19th, and I'm sorry, I know don't normally have discussion during this section, but that marketing plan was attached to the October 19th board packet.
Okay.
So, and as I mentioned, anything that you haven't seen, any member is welcome to come in and inspect it.
Yeah, and mine's off, because my pages, that's why I have trouble following you. My page numbers, you must have a different rendition than the one I have. Because my page numbers weren't the same.
Okay. Well, thank you for that answer, and I guess I just missed it. I agree with Buddy. He's not going to believe this, but that not many people attend committee meetings. In an ideal world, this would happen. I would like to encourage folks to attend these meetings, but we don't live in an ideal world. I also had a part for my husband, and there was talking.
Okay, well, and we
It's
did
very-
engage in dialogue here that we shouldn't have done, so I'm going to just wrap up real quickly. If you can, please.
It's very quick. Okay, but the reality is that many can't due to deafness, age, travel, lack of transportation, illness, etc. And in the case of my husband, even if he attends, he can't really hear a lot of it. So I would also like to encourage staff to record meetings and put them online. And I'm not only asking staff to please record, but also to close caption the meetings for the hearing impaired. Why can't we bring the meetings to the people?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Lloyd Sherman, please. You want to talk about course closures, Lloyd?
Lloyd Sherman, 7 PCOA, or Pasilo to most. Because these topics were discussed today, this is, I don't expect any answers back, but this is just food for thought. And I realize that some of this is related to staff responsibility, but there are also strategic items that need to be considered. So the first one is the course closures as it relates to the restaurants. I know that there was a methodology behind why we wanted to do that, and I typically concurred with it personally. However, I'm not sure that closing 2 restaurants a day, not closing them, but closing the courses and impacting 2 restaurants a day was a good choice. I'm aware of one restaurant, which I frequent occasionally and often actually, that has indicated that they don't know that they're going to make it through February. Now, if we want the POA restaurants to survive, and we think that that can go to private entities, the closure of one of these restaurants of a private entity is not going to help in that vein. So that's relative to the course closures and mostly to the restaurants. The other thing that I believe has an impact on our rooftops that I hear in the real estate industry from builders now is that the fees that we're charging them for permits is going to have a negative impact on rooftops. And I believe that there should be some more discussion on that. I don't know what the answer is, but I would think the builders would. And so that's all I have to say there. So I yield my time back.
Thank you, Lloyd. Okay, and finally, Kirk Denger, and he wants to talk to us about marketing.
Yeah, it just occurred to me,
Does it work?
yeah, it occurred to me that Explore the Village could be connected with DeSoto since he was an explorer. And I don't know if that's where you got Explore from or not, but I just thought that, you know, part of our heritage could possibly be connected there.
Thank you, Kirk. Any other business before this board?
Cindy, I didn't get a chance to sign up. I'd like to just talk very briefly about marketing.
Okay, 3 minutes. Mr. Busse.
Yes, Robert Busse, 184 Pizarro. Way back when Mr. Twiggs was running the show, he, I think it was pretty much on his own, decided to change our logo. At the time, I thought it was a mistake, and throughout the years, I think it was a mistake. I would like to get word to the new marketing folks that I think that our logo needs to be changed. Our present logo, to me, is very outdated, very bland, and does absolutely nothing for anybody when you look at it. So if we could possibly take a look at changing
Address the
and
board, please. Address the chair, please.
I'm sorry.
Okay, how's that?
That's fine.
Okay, good. We need to get something more modern, aggressive, and what have you. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you, Bob.